Morning. Welcome to day 51 of Granny Fed 100-day challenge. I'm glad you could join me again today. I'm going to get right at my stomach crunches because that's the area where I really need to work out. And I'm hoping that I can do this without having it tied to something or my foot hooked under something. I have my toe against this exercise machine now so because the floor slants in this old room. So I'm going to try it and see if I can do them without rolling away. Last night was the debates on the federal election coming up. And so we did our Bible reading for the day 103 for the year. It took over 2 hours to upload that Bible reading just for part 1. And then we had to do part 2. I'm partly up, but I'm holding, trying to get these muscles to strengthen. And then I'm up. Try to do this a little faster. I hope I don't fall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll lift weights while I do it. Guess I do a double workout, right? Here we go. 5, 6, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. So I doubled up today from 20 to 40, and eventually I'll try to get up to 100, maybe by the end of my 100-day challenge. But I'm not necessarily going to subject you to all of that. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to loosen up a bit, because now I'm really feeling the tightness in my tummy. Okay. My ball wants to stay beside me, like a pet. So I'm just going to do some side stretches, just to loosen up a bit. Exhale, exhale, exhale. To the front, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting half counts. Let's do it every second one. Once in a while I forget. Okay, let's pretend we're at 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. Let's speed it up to 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. There we go. I was having a nice hot shower this morning and really enjoying it. And I thought, when I'm done my shower, I'm going to get my little doggie in and give her a bath. And the shower suddenly went ice cold. Ice cold right in the middle of it. And I thought, what? The furnace broken again? We've had a lot of trouble with this new electronic furnace of ours. I'm just limbering up the shoulder here with some shoulder rolls. I woke up the other day with a bit of a stiff shoulder on the one side, so I'm going to make sure I don't have any troubles there because it is hoeing and raking season. So anyway, the furnace. I went downstairs and I'll show you what I'm doing here. I'm doing neck rolls. Okay. So I'm lifting my arms up thinking chest, pulling my pelvic in, rolling back. So I'm doing a multi-body workout here while I talk to you. So I went downstairs to see if the furnace needed reset. And I couldn't find a reset button. And I know I've pushed that reset button before. So I tried to slide the front cover up because I thought, well, maybe the reset button's behind this cover. And I couldn't get it to budge. And I'm going to go with my arms going the other way. I'm going forward now. There we go. So I phoned my husband at work. I know they probably hate that. But I thought the furnace was working again. So my husband sent me back downstairs, and so I brought a light with me, and I checked, and he told me what to look for on the component, little lights on, flashing, whatever. So I reported back that the circulating fan light wasn't on. So I wondered if when the water got hot, if the furnace just shut itself off. He'll come home at lunchtime or later and check it out for me. I'm going to go and do right arm, left toe. Okay, here we go. Cut it off at 8 minutes again, and I'm wondering if it's because while I was doing my toe touches, I started talking about the debate last night, and who knows, maybe we're not allowed to chat about these things while we exercise. Maybe it's considered controversial, and I was commenting on how amazing it was to see Harper, even though he was under attack by his opponents. Naturally, they want to be in leadership, so they're going to oppose him, bring up any flaws or suspicions. That's just the way the game is played. He composed himself very well, and he answered all the questions. And in spite of that, some of the people that text in or phoned in took offense to his composure. And perhaps coming from other countries, we have a lot of immigrants who will be voting, and perhaps coming from other countries, politicians with a straight face maybe weren't always as ethical and moral as they should have been. And I know in a lot of countries they're not democratic. So having the freedom to vote on an election or take part in a debate, it was a debate that was offered via texting and email and whatever. That's why it took so long for us to get our Bible study uploaded. We had a good study, and I did a whole other different bunch of exercises for that last 8 minutes, but I'm just going to take you through some more stretches to start with because it's really, really good to stretch. But anyways, I always pray for leadership, and I pray, Lord, lead me in voting wisely, because it says in the scriptures that if a country's not led by the Lord, then it's going to fail. Division will happen and controversial war, and I don't know the moral or ethical values of the politicians. For sure, only God knows the heart, looks at the heart. And we've been reading about Saul and King David, and even though Saul was put into power by God, he didn't obey God. He got puffed up, doing his own thing, and God took his favor away from him, and it was disastrous after that. David was a man after God's heart, which meant that he counseled with God and with godly people before making decisions that affected his nation and his people. And so, being a person who seeks God and who's after God's own heart, I want my leadership to do the same, to be God seekers and not fanatics, not people who persecute their followers if they don't have the same values. But at least, most faith groups worship God in some form. At least someone who is going to consider the world and the nation and what is best for all persons, all citizens of the country that they lead. And so I did a really good ab workout this morning. It's too bad you missed it because it's really important when you're trying to get fit. And if you're trying to stay fit, as my husband says, get fit, stay fit. It's really important to have strong abs because your thighs and your abs are where all the stuff with congel that's bad for you, toxins, pollutants, all this stuff floating through the air now. In the fatty tissue in that pocket, it gets stored. And as you diet or exercise, a lot of that gets released. And so I'm really actually very happy that my weight isn't going down rapidly, that it's going down fairly slowly, a couple pounds at a time. I don't know if I did this already. I'm going to redo it anyway. Arm, a workout when they cut me off. This is now the third time I'm doing this arm workout this morning, and the one that they cut off, I don't know how many of these they cut off. I did 20 or something like that, and then I did 40 of these over the shoulder ones that they completely cut out twice. I don't know why, but maybe they'll cut it out again. Maybe they don't like me doing this. But anyways, what I'm trying to emphasize is abs today, working out on abs. And on voting, YouTube, I'm really trying to encourage the people who watch this video to make sure you get out and vote. I don't know why they did the early polling on a holiday. I don't know whether they're trying to sabotage Christians and Jews who will be celebrating and would be away on those holidays doing their sacred activities or spending time with family. And maybe they figure they can eliminate some votes that way. I don't know who makes these choices about when they have the early polls. But anyways, I'm surprised that it was allowed to be an early poll on a statutory holiday. I don't get it. But anyways, I am doing my flexing of my ab, and I'm trying to concentrate on flexing the lower one and the upper one as I do this exercise. So I'm actually going to push my tummy out a little bit so I can feel it coming in. So it's going to look a little bit weird, but I really want to get my abs strong. So here we go. I was mentioning how my husband 3 times now likes to live on the edge. He's a bit of a rock climber. He doesn't climb rock mountains like Mount Everest or anything like that. He's more like a escarpment climber, and in order to keep up with him, it's really important that my upper arms are as strong as the rest of my body, because when you're pulling yourself up over a ledge, you need to be able to actually dig your nails in and literally pull your body, your whole body up over that ledge. So these exercises where I go over my shoulder like this, these are the ones that he really encourages me to do. And so in case they cut me off again in 4 minutes like they've already done, I just want to remind you, get fit and stay fit and get out to vote. Whether you do it by early vote, early polls, or you wait till the election day, don't forget to vote. And vote for the man who has some integrity, I hope, and pray that God's will be done in our nation, because a nation who's ruled by the King of the universe is a nation who's going to be in a good state. So, see you tomorrow. Thanks for working out, and be blessed.